Hey everybody, how you doing? We'll try this again. What do you mean try it again? You guys don't even know, but yeah, I deleted the first one for the day already. Starting out the day a little rough. I don't know, but anyway, I got something to drink and ate very, very light. And we're heading to the farm, so get out there. We're gonna see if we can get the 327 buttoned up and ready to fire up. And yeah, there's a piece of metal on the road there. Let's see if we can get that thing broke in and get some time on it. So let's see how it does. Anyway, we'll be back. Yeah, I'll fill you guys in. I must be destined to keep that truck. If that's the case, after this, I'm going to order some rocker panels, inner and outer cab corners, and that's going to be our painting project, one of the painting projects for 2019. I'm not mad. It happens. It just goes with my luck. Snowball is not going anywhere as of right now. Which that's fine. I mean, it'd been nice because funds from that was going to get the dually plated and get some more parts to finish projects around here. So, yes, my rotten luck. Stupid cats. They run right in front of the truck. And unfortunately, my granddaughter, every time she's out here, she's looking for them, so I can't run them over. Yeah. Oh, they respond to a horn. They don't like that. So, anyway, I guess. Oh, man. I can't remember if in this segment I said something about my breakfast has been water and Rolaids. I'm not stressing out about anything. I don't think I am. I don't feel sick. But I guess the wife, about 2 o'clock, she said she woke up and kind of had the... She said she had the hot sweats and everything else, so... I don't know. I went to the rec center last night. I think I almost literally found a dead person in the hot tub. Big old boy. Bigger than me. The way you get to the hot tub, you got to hit the button up by the locker room to turn it on. I hit the button and out of the corner of my eye, I seen something jump. And here this guy was. The water in the hot tub was perfectly smooth. So you know he'd been in there for a while. He never really fully come to. And finally said something to one of the people that worked there, and I said, "Is he okay?" I guess they talked to him. He said he was. He just slow on the move, but yeah, they almost called the rescue for him because I think what had happened is he'd been in the hot tub so damn long, he probably actually started cooking himself. I mean, he couldn't. I mean, either that or he was having a diabetic. I looked at that guy like, holy crap, you're bigger than me, buddy. So now thinking back on it, maybe we shouldn't have got it in the hot tub in case he was sick, and that's where we got exposed, because I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, Snowball, as of right now, is here to stay, which is okay. Maybe that plays into my plan on trying to get a house built out here at the farm. And you kind of think about it. If I actually get that all set up to go to the swap meet in March, I want to have a load, a pretty heavy load. I mean, if I take 6 motors down with stands, that's a lot of weight. So I guess I'm going to get unloaded and we're going to see what we can get done. Well, as you can see, I've got the battery charger hooked up. I'm getting a good charge on the battery. I gotta find my starter shims, shim that starter, and do a couple more hookups, and then we can start filling with water and put those expensive hose clamps on, and yeah. We'll get this thing fired up and see what's going on. So, alright. Well, it's that time to open boxes. Make sure everything we ordered is here in good pieces. This is parts for the Trailblazer, some of them. The kit that always keeps going out of stock before I get it. Holy curd. You know, the other day I used my pocket knife. I still haven't found that one. I don't know where to lead it. I'll just... That was the kit. 16-piece suspension kit. So... Whew, it's cold. Okay, how can we do this? There's the... And obviously there's the 2 control arms. Seems like an awful lot of ball joints here. Here's the brand new control arms. So there's 2 pieces. Okay. Did you guys see where that fell out of? Huh. Oh, mysterious parts already. Okay. There's one ball joint. There's an upper. There's a lower. Upper. Uh-oh. We got the 2 uppers. There's sway bar. Oh, crud. Okay. Okay. There's inner. There's the 2 inners. There's 4 pieces. Up here's the other ball joint. I was going to say, I thought I... Okay, so... Upper, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So far we got some extra bolts. $12. So what the pieces are in here, I don't know. Oh. 12, 14. What pieces are missing? Really? I set a 16-piece kit, didn't I? 16 piece, we only got 14. Ah, great. There's 2 pieces missing. What are they? I guess I will go through and mark them all off. These are the half shafts, which is a given. Oh, you guys can't even see them. They're right there. That's the half shafts. So, okay. Alright, I'll figure out what's missing and let you know. I guess I can't count. It all checked off and it adds up, so I want to see. Make sure everything arrived in good shape. Now the axle shafts in the Trailblazer weren't shot, but buying the kit was the cheaper way to go, so cool, everything's in that one, so and looks like they were handled pretty good. So, yep. Trailblazer parts are here. I'll just find a place to put them in. Well, most of the parts. I gotta get the shocks and struts and the brake setup yet. So, yeah. I got a couple of extra bolts. That almost looks like it has to go with a ball joint, an upper ball joint, and this I think is to the control arm. So at least they were there. Huh. It's better than what I've had in the past. So this is where I wish I had my other DeWalt shelf right now. I want to get a DeWalt shelf with so I can put all new parts and label what's what on them. So since I got the other shelf filled up. But anyway, yeah, I've done some more to the 327. Had a couple of times today I've looked up and got dizzy. Very dizzy. Like sit down right away dizzy. My numbers are okay, so Mama Bear and I are starting to think the guy that was in the hot tub might have been sick and we got exposed. I don't know. We just both ain't feeling the best, so I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I gotta find a place to put this stuff. It's getting full in here again. I need a building expansion. My funky hair. Okay. I found them once. Let's find them again here. Back when you used to be able to get a printed copy with pictures. I don't know if you still can or not, but okay. The pistons in question I got up there, found out they are for 383. They're Keith Black 134 pistons, which are 5/7 rod. That's 120. 134. Here they are. Right there. That's the pistons I got up there. Keith Black 134s. They are to be used with a 400 crank and 350 rods. And with a 76cc head, they're 9.61 the compression. And if you go double humped or 64 chambered, it's 10.9. And if you go down to 62, then it hits 11. But they're for the 3 3/4 inch stroke, 5.7 rod. That's those. Which that'll go with the 383 crank. And it says you got to check the rod to cam clearance, because sometimes you had to clearance the rods to clear the cam. That's when you put the 400 crank in the 350 block. So that's that set. And the other set are the Keith Black 129s, which are a 6-inch rod. And they are... Where are they? Okay, they are... Oh, those are for 400. They are for 400 with a 3 3/4 inch stroke with a 6-inch rod. And there, I guess they got a little bit of a dome. There they are. Keith Black 129s. That's what I liked about this old book. So the hose with a 76cc, those with a 76cc head, which is like your 882s and that, 11.4 to 1. You go to 64 chamber, your double humps or so, 13.3 to 1. Long connecting rod gives broad horsepower bandwidth, increased top RPM, and reduce engine stress. Use oil ring expander that will clear the locating pin. Bottom oil ring must be cut for locating pin clearance. So they got a locating pin because the wrist pin's moved way up in the... So your oil ring will actually... Yeah. And yeah, so those are 400 piston, 6-inch rod. Woofda! 11. Put small heads on that. That's 11 to half, almost 11 to 1, 11 and a half to 1. So I got a couple of good sets of pistons. Now I'm just gonna check. Well, I got to make sure they're still within spec and that, and the wrist pins haven't been ate up, and so yeah. Which kind of funny that 11.3 to 1 compression with 76cc heads. I got some heads being finished up. They got changed over to 20216s. So yeah. And we're setting it up for a 600 lift cam. Up to a 600 lift. So I've got some crazy ideas coming up. And this LS motor here, this 5.3 that I'm working on, I'm kind of really thinking about playing with that a little bit more than what I had thought. After seeing another channel take theirs, and they got, granted they put nitrous to it, but they did a simple tune on it before they did the nitrous. They got like 300 and some horsepower out of it after they tuned it some. So they gave her the nitrous and a wet shot, and they got it to almost 700 horsepower. Crude way they did it, and I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna. So, and like a few of you said, it's probably a good thing I bought these bears so I can get good hardware to put on these. So yeah, 327's coming along. I just I guess my reasoning for not starting it today or really pushing it is because the weather's looking crappy outside and I don't want the door open on that. So, as this is going to be further in because I got stuff sitting there, I'm going to not have it all the way outside, so I'm going to have to run the fan to keep the fumes down in here so I don't fume myself while I'm running it. So yeah, I'll have the big door open, but there's no window on the north end, so I can't get a flow through. Excuse me, so sorry. So yeah, I got this feeling once I get something together, and if I make it pull a wheel stand or take it to the track and show some times, I think then people are going to think different. So, I guess. I know I gotta get something set up with the vapor rust in it because I've got 2 cranks. Actually, I got more than that. I got a few cranks and a couple of sets of heads that I need to clean up and get them done. So, finally, I got a shipment. I felt like calling the place I got these parts from and say, "Hey, thank you. You finally got it right this time." I don't know how I couldn't. Anyway. Everything checked off. I went against the sheet and marked it all off, and if it said 2, I found the second one before I marked it off. So yep, that's all there. So, and this 383 crank I picked up, that's going to require the 400 crank. Oh jeepers! This is why I'm not really doing anything. I'm kind of. This 383 is going to require the 400 harmonic balancer and or flywheel or the weight plate to put with their 350. So that it's an offset plate that you put on your back side of your motor to keep it in balance. I could turn this crank into an internally balanced, but to have that heavy metal it put in, that's expensive. That's a really expensive charge, so I'll just go with a 400 balancer and flywheel. And I really kicked myself years ago. I had the manual tranny flywheel. I got stupid and sold it. But back then I didn't think I'd be back to messing with this stuff. So, oh, found my pocket knife. It slid under that oil pan that was sitting here next to me on the chair. Jeepers. That's the way things have been today. I move a couple of things. Oh, there's what I've been looking for. Except for those hose clamps. I still ain't found the box of those hose clamps. And I know I put those. I think I just thought of where they're at. I think they're in the top toolbox in the office. Or one of the toolboxes. I just thought of that. I think I just found them, but I already used those clamps, so I mean, I'm basically down to tightening the thermostat, the temp gauge thing, tighten the plug on the water pump, plug the other side of the intake for where the heater hose would go, fill it up to the thermostat, and then get the timing light out, fire this thing up, and break her in. But I got to put the glass packs on because I like the sound, but I don't want to warp the valves. So I want to at least get an hour's run on this thing, so I know everything's freed up, loosened up, and good to go. So yeah, that means I need another 400 block. I need some 5/7 rods. Well, actually, I need 2 sets of... Oh, that's what I was going to check. We'll check those quick. 5/7 rod. 134s. 139. Where'd it go? I wanted to see if those 134s were floaters. Well, where'd they go? I showed you guys. Oh. The 5/7 rod, where the heck did they... There's Keith Black 172s. That's what I ran in my motor. And I found out those Keith Black 172s can also be used with, let's see, they were a dual use piston. Oh, they could go, I don't remember. Oh my God. Oh, there they are. Keith Black 134s. Looks like in the picture they can be floating. And I see the groove at the cut for the floating wrist pin. So I need 2 sets of 5/7 rods floating. And those 6-inch rods. I don't have a good picture. Okay. But anyway, those 172s, I found out they could be used with a... Okay. The Keith Black 172 pistons can go either 5.565 rod, so a 400 crank, 400 rod, they'll work. Or you go to 350 crank, 5/7 rod, they worked. So yeah, the Keith Black 172 pistons could go... Yeah, they were both used 400 blocks, and yeah. Now, if you wanted to use the 400 crank with the 5/7 rods, no. But yeah, I've had this for quite a few years. I wish they would do a look like that again, but I got a printed off version, but that was easier to grab. So I've got some ideas of cooking. I've got 2 sets of heads being finished up. Once those sets of heads are finished, then we'll get these done. And oh yeah, I found out. Okay, maybe somebody out there can help me remember. I had a set of manually valves. They're 20216 or so. Oh no, 20517s? I don't know. They were huge valves. He said he could have made them fit. Well, he got them all cleaned up and ready to put them in. I can't remember what the deal was. They are small block stemmed, big block specs. I know there was something, I can't remember. He says, he did say, did Dart use something like that? And I'm like, oh, I can remember doing something, but the valves are 300 thousandths longer than what's required. He said we could shim the hell out of it, and I'm like, no. So I don't remember what those manly valves were used for. I remember it kind of, I can't remember if what they were trying to do is they were using a special offset retainer, because everything always had to be stock appearing, and I can't remember if with using that offset retainer you could make it fit in your small block Chevy, and if they pulled the valve covers off, unless they were actually measuring, taking your valve out and measuring it, because a lot of the rules used to be stock diameter spring, so I can't remember if that, or maybe they are for a set of dart heads. I don't know, but they didn't work for my set of heads I was finishing up. I'm like, ah, damn. So, yeah. So, if somebody can remember, yeah, they're small block guided. The stem's for a small block, but big block specs. And I can't remember why we were doing that back in the day. So, kind of bites, because that one set of heads would have been done already. So, okay, well, kind of letting a few builds out. And this is all stuff I'm trying to get built to either take to the swap meet, or I don't know if I'm going to get it done. It's kind of an awful lot to chew off for one person to do, and I'm sitting here, okay, I start getting that many motors put together around here. Where am I going to keep them all? So, I don't know. Maybe instead of getting these parts, I should have got a shipping container and a couple of cases of deep creep, so I could have coated all these engine parts and just threw them in that in that shipping container. But I'm going to do a little more work to the 327 here, and then I'll show you guys what's what. And like I said, I've had the battery on. I guess the battery's down. Oh, I got to shim the starter. Found out what the starter wasn't working good. I forgot to tighten the main battery cable going to it. Imagine that. That would help it start better. And I think I got to shim the starter. I don't like that. Drives me nuts. So, oh. I'm just kind of, I don't know. I'm just kind of, anyway. I see I'm red-faced and I'm just, I don't know. Blood sugar 233, which is high, yes, but it's not bad for me. It seems like and Doc noticed it too, when I get down to the 80 to 120 range, my body really has a hard time with it. And sad thing is, I was getting used to running in the 130s, and now I just can't get it under control, and they are warm, and I don't know what's going on. I just really feel out of it. If I look up, oh, that gets me. I don't feel any water in my ears or nothing from swimming last night. Oh, wow. I'm just lightheaded and spacey. Guess the good thing is the battery's got a full charge all day, because I've basically been out here pretty much all day. Kind of late start to the morning, but I've been out here pretty much all day, and I don't know. I don't know when Mama Bear called me. Well, let's see. Mama Bear called me at Kelly, call me. You have to. You watch that, you know. Mama Bear called me at 3 o'clock, so it was before 3 o'clock because I told her about it. I did. The second time I looked up, and it does. It just makes me. I don't know. I feel okay. I don't. Blood pressure, the sugar, I mean, why am I don't know. My stomach is actually soft tonight. I mean, it's, I don't know what I've been doing at the rec center. And last night I did a lot more of it. I'm starting to keep my arms under the water and work it back and forth, and then doing is in. I noticed my arms are tightening up. I'm getting, and I noticed last night with doing this with under the water, I felt that pull in my stomach. So I thought, well, maybe I just overdid it. But now today I'm just not 100%. So I don't think anything's bugging me. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to head home and make sure Mama Bear got up to put the meatloaf in the oven, and I guess it'll probably be Saturday before we fire this motor up now, because tomorrow's going to be a busy day. I got to babysit and got some running and going to the in-laws for something, and yeah, it's going to be a busy day. So I am. My face is burning up. My fingers are ice cold, and I don't feel sick. So anyway, I'm going to go home, get this video uploaded. Well, if you've watched to this point, you know it's been uploaded. So see y'all later. I just hate days like this. Take her easy.